you were born in Covington. You live in Ponchatoula. Is that correct?
I'm from Hammond. I was born in Covington. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Um, talk to me a little bit about like growing up on the North Shore. What was life like, and were you always a class clown?
Yeah, I actually got class clown in my class. I graduated from Hammond High in 2012.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I was always a character, always making people laugh.
Yeah. Did you always know you were funny, or did everybody always know you were funny?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, Yeah, I'd always have my friends, man. You're gonna be a comedian when you grow up, man. You're gonna do something, man. You're funny, man.
Yeah. What do you do now on the North Shore? You live there with your family? Do you work, or are you
Yeah, my
doing
wife's
the
actually I mean, I do social media full time, but my wife, she's a teacher.
okay?
She teaches um in Independence,
Okay.
Louisiana.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, main thing I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, and I know that the character that everybody knows is the Southern Dad, and it just
Most
for whatever reason connects with a lot of people, and people just go crazy for it. And I just want to know, what was the inspiration behind that character? Do you have any kind of ideas of like who it might be based on, and how do you do that voice?
I mean, it really isn't based on anybody. I mean, I don't know. The Southern Dad is like it's the dad I always wanted that is like, I'm son, I'm not mad, but buddy, I am just upset. Okay. That kind of dad. I
Yeah.
just kind of whipped him. I just whipped him up. I got the shirt at Goodwill. Um, I got a little belly suit at Party City. Everyone
Uh-huh.
asks that, like, what is that, a pillow? It's a belly suit.
Tell me about the image of Southern Dad a little bit. What were you thinking about when you picked out certain clothes? Was there a certain style that you were going for?
Well, I mean, I wanted to rock a Dale Earnhardt hat because I don't know, growing up, I used to you know how you go to these like, old ladies' houses and they have like a little mural of Daryl Earnhardt, you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
just like, that's my little plates. I got little plates and I got little trinkets of Dale Earnhardt, baby. Yeah.
And
You know, and
is he also kind of a vintage guy?
uh I mean, that shirt I have actually is truly vintage. I forgot what brand it is, but yeah, that's a vintage shirt. It's got the little elastic sleeves on it and stuff like that. I don't think you could find a shirt like that anymore.
When you were kind of trying to conjure up this character in your mind, did you have any specific people in your mind that maybe you were like, maybe I can borrow this from this person and come up with a voice or these kind of mannerisms?
Oh God, that's a good question. No, I mean, I mean, it took some like developing, I guess you could say. I mean, the first in the like when I first started coming out with Southern Dad stuff, it was more like more meaner, I guess. I don't know, but now it's just like, oh, you guys are doing something very bad. I mean, hey, all right, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I
you know,
look at a lot of your content, and there's a lot of creators online. They'll try to do things that are kind of controversial, and I mean, you got some kind of like adult humor stuff on there, but a lot of it's kind of wholesome and family friendly. What
oh
kind of went
yeah,
into the decisions?
well, I don't really cuss in none of my videos, act like at all.
Hmm.
I mean, if it's a joke that maybe grazes the line, but nothing that is political, nothing that is religious,
Hmm.
anything like that, any main topics like that. Man, I just want you to come to my channel and laugh. That's it. I don't want you to. I don't really care about expressing my beliefs or whatever. You know what I mean? And who cares for that right now? I think everybody should just, just laugh,
Yeah. Is that kind of part of the model dad that you're trying to create, somebody that loves everybody?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, I mean, and I think that's the Louisiana way deep down, everybody's like that. My manager, he's upstate and he's like, Dane, you know, it's just I love coming to the South. It's just everyone waves at you. I'm like, they don't wave up. People don't wave at each other at North. But that's just this, you know.
What you have a lot of other Southern characters too, besides just the Southern dad. Um, what kind of characteristics are you looking for when you create a brand new character?
You know, Southern Dad is my main character, and that's the only kind of character that I'll do. When I do other Southern stuff, I just kind of like I just go into the files, I guess, in my brain, and I don't know. I mean, I like having vintage T-shirts, so I'll kind of whip that up with a character, a nice vintage hat, a gorgeous mullet to go with it. Um, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I go into. You know, I don't know. When I was a kid, man, I would just like watch people. I would observe people, and I didn't realize this, but like my brain would be recording them, and I didn't know it. And then so like I would look at them, and I would look at my friends, and be like, "Hey, y'all seen this guy?" He was just like, "Yeah, hey, how y'all doing? What y'all need? Y'all need, yeah, okay." You know, and they're like, "Dude, how did you do that?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. There's a lot of different kinds of actors out there, and there's people that have been studying it for a long time, and there's some people that just kind of wing it. But I think the thing that impresses me about you is that you always seem totally committed to the bit. How do you get into a character and just become that person?
oh gosh, you know, when I first started doing like videos, you have to there's a sense, you know, that you have to kind of like, for me, I guess you have to let go, if that makes sense. Like if you're trying to do
Hmm.
videos and you're trying to look cool and sexy and you know, yeah, huh, guys, you know, like, you know, especially if you're delivering doing comedy, I guess, you know, with me, I just have to kind of like let go and just get lost in that character, you know. I mean, um yeah, you know, I did some improv in high school, you know, and that was very helpful. um but yeah, just kind of get lost and let go, if that makes
Uh,
sense.
do you think of yourself as mostly a comedic actor?
I would say that, yeah, I'd say
Who
that,
are
you know, I
who?
mean,
Yeah, who are some of your biggest influences?
oh gosh, Chris Farley's probably one of my main ones. Adam Sandler. Gosh, I loved a lot of Dave Chappelle stuff. You know, I watched a lot of the Chappelle show as a kid growing up. Martin, I used to watch Martin when it was on the WB. Growing up, you know, just a lot of those. You know, a lot of Saturday Night Live. A lot. I watched. Me and my mom used to watch so much Saturday Night Live. Mad TV. Um, yeah, those.
I one of the things I get fascinated with too is like a small town guy, how you just come from out of nowhere and then now you're like on everybody's iPhone. Like where does that come from, do you think? And when did you start noticing that you were picking up steam?
Um, man, oh gosh. I just kind of gave it a go, you know. I mean, I just did it. You know, whenever Vine come out, I was gonna do videos, but then I was just like, nah. And I'm kind of happy that I didn't, because I was a little younger at that time, you know. I started doing videos at like 28. I'm 32 right now, so yeah, I mean, when did I start seeing, you know, it pick up was I guess I was when I did the speeding ticket video, like, you know, that one was like, it really like gained some traction. I had 500K followers on TikTok, and it moved me from like 500K to a million in a week, you know. So I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, this is the one, you know.
And do you ever get recognized out in public?
Yeah.
And what's that experience like?
Man, dude, are you the guy that does you the Southern Dad guy? And I'm like, yes, sir. You know, I'm very nice to anybody who comes up to me, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But sometimes it kind of throws me off. I'll be like, man, hey, look, I'm just trying to get gas right now. But I
Is it
don't, you know,
ever
I mean,
is it ever
but
difficult to deal with?
no, man. I mean, that's the people that pays the bills, you know, really, if you think about it. You know, I do this full
It's
time.
true.
So if I'm doing heart surgery, I'll stop that and hey, yeah, let's go get a picture. You know what I mean?
And I noticed that in your content, you're out in Nashville a lot. Do you get contracted to work out there at all, or what pulls you out there?
Oh man, everybody's really in Nashville. I mean, I think Theo Von's out there now full time. I mean, he's
Okay.
wide open out there. Nashville is just where it's at. I kind of low key wish I wish New Orleans slash Baton Rouge it would be like that because obviously that's my hometown. But I mean, I don't know. It's just everybody's in Nashville, man. Everybody's in Nashville. And I've gotten some work out there. I've gotten a lot of things to do, like work for like different brand companies and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, and I love it. It's fun. Have you been?
I've been there, but it's been a long time. It was before this boom went down.
You need to go
So
get your boots and cowboy hat, buddy.
need to go out there, huh? Check it out.
It's so fun. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, you go to a bar and it's like, hey, yeah, that's so and so over there. And you
Uh-huh.
look and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so and so, and I mean
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Wow. Wow. Um, what are some of the celebrities you work with? I know you've got some celebrity follows on your social media too.
Um I work with Jelly Roll. Um I have a big video with him. I worked with Clay Walker. I've done videos with Co Wetzel. Clay Walker, I went to his house and did that video. I don't know if you've seen that one where he's singing and I bust out and like, Clay, you gonna have to sing it like this, okay? You know what I mean? Uh,
Is Clay Walker a big Southern Dad fan?
yeah, he's a really good guy. I mean, he is such a sweetheart. Clay Walker is, and so is Jelly Roll too. I mean, Jelly Roll. There's a
Yeah.
reason why he's like so successful is because he's just such a genuine, good-hearted person. Um, who else? I mean, I've worked with. I just went on tour with Ed Bassmaster. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Hmm.
Would you just look at it? Oh, would you look at it? Um, I don't know. Jeff Hardy, WWE superstar. I did a video with him, which he's another sweetheart. He's such a cool dude. Gosh, I can't think of it right now. I know there's a plenty of other more, but I can't think.
Yeah. I ask you something out of left field right here. I know that there's a possible impending TikTok ban that the Congress has been discussing and things like that. Um, would that affect you at all, and would it affect the future creators coming up?
I mean, oh gosh, now we're gonna get into some stuff, guys. Honestly, if it does happen, it wouldn't bother me. I mean, I have other, so I have Facebook, I have YouTube, I have Instagram, and I'm sure whenever they make out another social media thing, I don't know, I'm gonna probably hop on that too. I mean, I've had so many impressions on the internet right now that like, I mean, people come up to me that I'm like, man, I don't even know your name or I don't follow you, but man, I've seen you, so. I'm really not worried kind of too much about that, I mean, and if they do take it down and I mean, TikTok don't pay me,
Yeah.
I don't I think TikTok only favors people that do stuff on the TikTok shop and or go live every second, you know what I mean? And I don't
Yeah.
do that, you know.
Yeah. So what you're saying sounds like, they can platforms will come and go, but if your content's good enough, it'll take off.
He got it. That dude got it right there. Yeah,
All
and
right.
also too, I mean, dude, it's just like TikTok is starting to kind of get to a point, and I hate to say this, but it's just like everybody's going live, going on there, like, come on, get the
Mm.
roses going, or get the whatever. I
Uh-huh.
don't know the
Yeah.
gifts.
Yeah.
Nobody's got no, nobody. I mean, who's going to keep doing that every second? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't, I don't want that. I want somebody to just, only thing I want from my followers is a like, a comment, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's it. I'll share. That's
Yeah.
really it. I don't want no one to pull out their pocketbook to have to kind of view my stuff or like, deal with whatever.
And you're doing this full time now, so how do you balance that online life and real life stuff with your family, and how do you balance all that and stay sane?
I don't really like to, I don't put my kids in a lot of my videos. I don't. my wife, she doesn't even like being in videos, but I don't like, I just like, that's where I kind of keep it separate, you know. If you know, like a lot of people from my hometown, like know what school my kids go to, but I don't know. I'm just
Hmm.
kind of somewhat, I guess, keeping it on the safe side. It's not like I'm like putting a blanket over their head, but still in all, I'm
Yeah.
just kind of, they don't necessarily, they won't do videos with me. But I mean, as far as like, yeah, that's kind of pretty much how I'll keep that separate, you know what I mean? But they love it, they always, the people come up to me and they're like, my dad does Southern Dad, especially my
Would you
daughter. Oh my gosh.
would you ever go to a career day for one of your kids and pull out the
I
Southern
would.
Dad
I
one?
told him, I was like, hey, I'm gonna pick y'all up in that Southern Dad get up, try to embarrass them. But they're not, I mean, they're hard to embarrass. I do it all the time.
And just kind of for something a little different here, what do you like most about living in South Louisiana?
Um, the food, the weather, when it's acting right.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, man. I love being in, I just feel like living in Louisiana, everyone has got each other's back, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of hard. Everyone is really nice. People are friendlier. I've been in up north where it isn't that friendly. You know what I mean? I don't know. I love being I just love the culture. I love the music. I love again the food. Did I say the food? Um, you know,
Well,
yeah,
it sounds like you get big inspiration from it. All your characters are based in
absolutely. I mean, I love it. I love telling people I'm from Louisiana. You tell people
yeah.
you're from Louisiana, like, oh, okay, he's different. He's got a little soul in him. You know what I mean?
And the last thing I'll ask you today before I let you go is what's next for Dane Linfors and what do you want to happen next?
Oh gosh, what's next? Right now it's summer. I am talking right now with Ed about another tour. I don't know yet. Everything's in the works right now. As of right now, I'm just kind of like hanging out for the summer, man. We're at Gulf Shores, hanging out. I don't have anything kind of coming up soon, but man, that'll change in a month. It always does. Anytime I don't have anything coming up, I got 4 or 5 things hitting me. So
Would you see
uh,
yourself maybe crossing over into some TV or movies, or you want to keep it strictly online?
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I would love that. I mean, but it's just I don't know. It's just hard when it's hard whenever you're trying to siphon through the emails of like what's good and what's
Yeah,
BS.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if the opportunity ever came up, I would love that.
Well, Dan, it was a pleasure talking to you. It was a good time.